I did not like Snow White. The reason why is that the actress that plays Snow White, she acts like a all the time.
What an idiot I've been as a young person in this industry who has no filter and no idea what she's doing.
And if you disagree with this sentiment, I don't need your business.
Weird.
To check under the bed and make sure there's no Disney executives under there. Oh, not again. Yeah, only this time, it wasn't just them replacing them with diversity complaining about patriarchy. They were taking all my favorite people. How does that even make any sense?
It makes perfect sense. I think the problem is you.
So Snow White slept and waited for her prince to come, but he never did. Because a woman shouldn't have to depend on a man. Snow White was brought back to life by a lady doctor, and she lived happily ever after. Well, she couldn't indulge in strenuous activities like handball, but otherwise, she was fine. That's nice.
It's a brand new exclusive event with all your favorite South Park characters.
Dude, school's gonna be so awesome today. I had explosive diarrhea all night. I like big boobs. Oh, hamburgers.
Rachel Zegler just faced the most humiliating moment of her career, and it was broadcast on national television. Not only did South Park take direct aim at her and the disastrous Snow White remake, but The Simpsons jumped into the roast too. And what followed? A complete media frenzy, viral memes, and empty movie theaters that cemented this entire saga as one of Hollywood's most embarrassing failures. Let's rewind. It all started when South Park aired their scathing parody of Disney's and Snow White reboot. The fake film? Woke White, the reinvention. It was pure chaos. The South Park crew didn't hold back. Cartman's dream sequence called out everything from race swapping to Kathleen Kennedy's obsession with adding more diverse characters. In the parody, Snow White didn't need a prince. She needed a lecture. The new version had a lady doctor bringing her back to life instead of a kiss, and the dwarfs? Gone. Replaced with random CGI creatures. It wasn't just a joke. It was a full-blown cultural takedown, and at the center of it all was Rachel Zegler, the actress cast as Snow White in Disney's billion-dollar remake project. But instead of being Disney's next Golden Girl, she quickly became its biggest liability. Why? Because Zegler wouldn't stop talking. She trashed the original Snow White story. She mocked the idea of waiting for a prince. She even said if you disagreed with her feminist reimagining, she didn't want your business. Big mistake. Clips of her controversial interviews went viral. Then came the memes, the backlash, the angry YouTube videos. People began to wonder, why was someone who clearly hated the original Snow White cast to lead the remake? And why was Disney, a company built on tradition, suddenly trying to destroy its own legacy? But the story didn't stop there. Just days after South Park's episode blew up online, The Simpsons joined the roast. That's right. The Simpsons, technically owned by Disney, created a brutal parody of the Snow White disaster. Their version? Snow Oak, the reimagining. The character? A preachy, self-important princess who woke up not to find love, but to scold everyone around her. Help from you? She sneers at a prince. Get over your entitlement. Even within Disney's own house, the satire couldn't be stopped. Meanwhile, Hollywood insiders started talking. Rumors swirled that Jack Black himself confronted Zegler over her constant negative press. Allegedly, the confrontation shook her so badly that she began therapy. The very role that was supposed to launch her to superstardom had turned into a public meltdown. Even her co-star, Gal Gadot, wasn't safe from the criticism. Insiders claimed both actresses gave flat, robotic performances. No chemistry, no magic. The Snow White remake had a budget of over $200 million. But when it finally hit theaters, barely anyone showed up. Some theaters sat nearly empty on opening night. Videos of these ghost town premieres began popping up all over TikTok. In one now viral clip, Zegler and a few friends watched the movie in a near-empty auditorium, trying to laugh through the awkwardness. Even the Snow White-themed popcorn buckets looked embarrassed. Opening weekend? Just $43 million. For Disney, that's not just a flop, it's a catastrophe. And the dwarfs? Let's talk about that. Peter Dinklage's 2022 comments sparked the controversy. He criticized Disney for using little-person actors for the dwarfs, calling it backwards. Disney, terrified of backlash, overcorrected. They scrapped the dwarfs altogether and replaced them with bizarre, CGI magical creatures. The internet reaction was swift and savage. Fans accused Disney of erasing iconic characters in the name of progress. Little person actors were furious. This was one of the few roles made for them in mainstream cinema, and now it was gone. Meanwhile, the culture war exploded. Old tweets from Rachel Zegler resurfaced where she openly bashed Trump supporters, telling them they'd never know peace. Overnight, she lost half the country. Bill Maher and Joe Rogan both slammed Disney's woke messaging and Zegler's tone-deaf interviews. Even people who didn't care about politics were confused. Why was the star of a family film acting like a political activist? Disney tried to do damage control, but it was too late. They hired PR handlers to follow Zegler and filter her interviews. They quietly reshot several scenes in a last-ditch attempt to salvage the film. Millions of dollars were poured into the project to try to fix the damage, but it only made things worse. The new edits felt rushed, disjointed. The public could smell the desperation. In one of the most bizarre moments, sources revealed Zegler was asked to tweet support for Snow White. She did. Then followed it up with Free Palestine in the Saw. Same breath. Disney execs reportedly panicked. The social media firestorm made things 10 times worse. Even aside from the politics, the movie just didn't work. Critics pointed to how Disney removed everything that made the original magical. The dwarfs, the romance, the whimsy, gone. Replaced by lectures, CGI goblins, and a leading lady who seemed to resent the role. And when the merchandise didn't sell, that was the final nail. Dolls collected dust. Toys sat unsold. Target and Walmart quietly pushed Snow White items into clearance bins. Fans just didn't want to support a movie that felt like a lecture. Back at Disney HQ, chaos reportedly erupted. Execs blindsided, investors furious. How could a beloved legacy film become one of the biggest box office bombs in company history? And the damage wasn't just financial, it was reputational. Loyal fans, families, even longtime supporters began questioning the direction of the company. Was this the future of Disney? Replacing joy with politics? Magic with moralizing? Even as Zegler tried to move on, the internet wouldn't let it go. Her name trended with hashtags like Tar Snow Woke, Tar Woke White, and Tar Zegler Meltdown. Every time she spoke, new memes were born. Clips of her bizarre quotes, "I don't need your business," got remixed into parody songs and TikTok dances, and now, with South Park and The Simpsons joining the dog pile, it's clear this isn't just a one-off roast. It's a full-blown cultural moment. Rachel Zegler's Snow White has become a symbol of Hollywood's identity crisis. And with a sequel already in doubt, one thing's for sure. This isn't just a box office failure. It's a warning shot to the entire industry. Because you can't mock your fans, you can't erase the heart of a classic, and you can't build a fantasy on a foundation of arrogance. Rachel Zegler's Snow White didn't just crash and burn, it vanished, leaving behind an empty theater, 100 viral memes, and a legacy no one in Hollywood will ever forget.